What's up, y'all? It's Cousin Cash, and so it's been a minute. I apologize for that, and so um, I know a lot of y'all like, man, what the hell? You start giving us sauce, and then boom, you disappear. Well, that's not the case. When I say after releasing the two videos, the Double Z and the Double Z Advanced, um, sheesh. Now I see why. Man, I see why the strategy had been jacked and made a mockery of on so many different channels, because man, it garnished you so much attention. And since I originated the strategy, meaning I created it myself and then taught it the right way, there's been so many people winning that I have been like, man. And y'all know me, I answer every email, I answer every message, I answer every DM, and so thank you so much. I want to welcome you to this third installment of my YouTube channel, and I promise you that I will be releasing more, a hell of a lot more. I got a lot of great things to come, and so by all means, let's go on ahead and dive in to what we came here to do. All right, so my mic kind of went out, so I'm pre-recording this, or let me just say not pre-recording, but I'm recording over the video. And yeah, man, it's been a hell of a hassle, right? But for the most part, I gotta excuse me, because man, this is allergy season for me. I have really extremely bad allergies, so if I sound a little bit high pitched or low pitched, it's probably because I could barely breathe. But for you guys, I'm gonna go through hell and high water to make sure all of this is taken care of. All right, so let's dive into the video. All right, so at this point, we're gonna go on ahead and log into the account. And so as we log in, let's just go on ahead and kind of like get this situated. What I want to do is I want to withdraw some money so we can start this over. I will explain later on how I have something that I've been after. I never buy myself anything, right? And so what I'm going to do is going to be about like $2,600 or so. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to withdraw about $1,100 flat. So I got $70. So 1,102 cents should be about good. Let me put my information in here. All right, y'all don't need to see all of that. And we're going to confirm it. Perfect. All right. And so I'm going to pause real quick and then come back and do my two-step verification. All right, here we go. I've done that, and I just need to refresh. And once I refresh, guys, it will show, as you can see, that my transaction was successful. And it's going to go on ahead and it's going to show that I have withdrawn the money. Alright guys, so had some mic issues or so, as you already know. If you're watching the video, you know I just had to record the intro aspect all over again. But as you've seen, we made a withdrawal. I finally made the withdrawal. I took $1,100 out, and I'm down to $70. Now I left the $70 in because of a few things. One, I was about to pay a few bills, and so in the process of doing so, I was like, you know what, since I'm only going to jump in the charts and use the charts as an ATM like I normally do every Friday anyway, I might as well jump in the charts and just kind of make this money that way. And so I was like, I might as well just kind of just show how I'm doing it, right? And so I'm today using a strategy called the Sproove Criminal. All right, the Sproove Criminal. That's because I'm going to get in, I'm going to get out, and even though it's 1 minute, I have to make a good amount of money. And so I have two goal sets in my trading plan. First level goal is to at least make $500. Second level is to make the full amount. All right, I'll be probably sitting here for a good amount of time to be able to do so, but I will be able to do it, my belief. All right, I'll be jumping through different charts, and I won't hold you guys for no hour, 2, 3, 4 hour long process. But what I will do is I will say, hey, the goal is for me to make somewhere upwards in like the $2,800, right? So with that process, I'm going to show you guys what I do to be able to do so, right? Again, this is called the Sprove Criminal, all right? This is an intermediate strategy, and so therefore, don't just jump in and think that you are going to be able to surface trade and make some money that way. If you're going to do that, make sure to check out the Double Z Advanced. You still should have a good trading psychology, a good trading plan, and a compound plan, but you will at least be able to see it a little better. This one is going to take a little bit of intricate skill, and I just wanted to show everybody, you know, of all different levels, different ways you can trade. All right. So checking out the Sprove Criminal. Oh, also shout out to Cousin Sprue. This was inspired by Cousin Sprue. Her birthday passed, and this video should have been released on her birthday, but it was a whole lot of politics in even making this video the first time, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've released quite a few courses, and you guys know I'm also releasing a children's course, right, for them to learn how to trade. So if you are serious about trading, be so serious that you're willing to bless your child with the ability. We talk about generational curses, but the truth is, in order to break a generational curse, you have to start with a generation, all right? Not just you. Do me a favor, if you can, and in the chat, do me a favor, just going ahead. I will make the promise to yourself and to everybody watching, paying attention. If you could do me that favor, cousin, and just drop in the chat, I promise I will break a generational curse by sharing it with a younger generation. That's it. I promise I will break a generational curse by sharing this information with a younger generation. All right? If you make that promise, own it, live up to it, stick with it, because honestly, guys, if we don't help each other, we don't help ourselves, then nobody's going to come and help us. So with that being said, let's dive into the strategy. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to click over to my whiteboard. All right, now here on my whiteboard, you will see that we are going to be using the Vortex, the MACD, and the EMA. So our Vortex period will be 7, our MACD will be 17, 34, and 3, and our EMA will be 13. Now this is what we're looking for when we're using the Sprove Criminal, all right? So let's go moving average first. With the moving average here, we're looking at the 13. We want to look for hard peaks in both angles. Now this is a hard peak. This is not so much of a hard peak, but it is pointing in a direction that's giving us an indication of where the charts are going to go. All right, simplistic complexity, guys. Simple enough to where anybody can do it, but complex enough to where not everybody's going to want to do it. Basically, with trading, you want to look for the smallest anecdotes in the trades and not for these super huge major moves. And when you're looking for the small things, you're paying attention to your trading environment. Therefore, it's easy to catch fake outs. And so that's what we want to do. We want to be able to catch fake outs, and you want to be able to be on top of the direction. All right, trend direction is super important with this strategy, right? So we look at the moving average. The moving average is 13. Now, because this is the slap chart edition, the thing about the 13 is that the 13 takes about 5 to 7 touches from the candles before it's penetrated, and this is on average, meaning sometimes it can take very little, sometimes it can take more. It all depends really on the momentum, but 5 to 7 based on serious analysis. I use the 13 a lot, and so 5 to 7 touches. Now with that being said, if it takes more touches, it will slap the candles the opposite direction. All right, it does do a lot. It does act as a really strong support and resistance at times, a mobile support and resistance. It's really, really, really a great moving average to have. We're not paying attention too much of if it's above the 13, buys, below sell. We're looking more at how the candles react to the moving average in this strategy, right? And this is why it's called the slap charts. Shout out to Will Smith. He also inspired this video. That's my hometown hero, being from Philadelphia. Sometimes you just gotta slap something, all right? And if you're gonna slap anything, slap the charts, all right? Don't go around slapping people like him, because you probably get shot or sued. He ain't shot, but he damn sure about to be sued, all right? But shout out to Will. I'm support you. So anyway, cousin, looking at that 13, here we go. So we want to have the 13 set up so that way we can watch it slap the charts And when we slap those candles, it's going to go the opposite way, typically where it's coming from. Okay, we want to pay attention to direction of trend, and we want to see how many times the candles get slapped by the 13 before it's either penetrated through for an uptrend or a downtrend. Next, we're going to look at the vortex. Now, vortex is also one of my favorite indicators to use. A lot of people don't know how to properly use it, and I'll go into that later on in these videos. Or you can always cop the ATM course and learn a little bit of some sauce. In fact, a lot of people have been hitting me up about the sneaky link strategy, right? This strategy has turned people who trade at a 20% level to an 80% trader, all right? Be sure to reach out to me about that. It's all love. I got you. And so with that being said, with the vortex, we're going to use period 7, all right? Now, let me show you the fake outs. We don't want to look at this. This right here, this little, nah, that sucks, right? I can do that better. So, when you're looking at the vortex, when you see these smaller little pockets like that there, all right? You don't really want to deal with that. Even this one, this is a nice size, but it's still based off of these two right here. It's in between these two. So we're looking at a good amount of consolidation right there. Now, the worst type of consolidation to have is indecisive consolidation, right? Make sure you drop that in your sauce notes if you already don't know, guys. You don't want indecisive consolidation. And what that means is you can have a consolidation, and that's typically how most wedges are created. Your bull pennants, your bear pennants, and so forth and so on. When you get to talking about certain triple tops and double tops and all of that, a lot of that comes off of consolidation. That's fine because that means you have a slow incline or a slow decline. But when you have indecisive consolidation, that genuinely means that it really doesn't know what it wants to do. The market is really at a deadlock, and you never really want to trade that, because if you are going to trade that, you're pretty much going to trade that at a lower time frame. But if it's going to be out of a higher time frame, it's probably not going to be a good thing. What we want to see in the vortex is these bad boys. You see this? This is nice and wide here. This is a good one as well. Don't judge my arrows. I'm using a mouse here. All right, got to be more careful. Some people are just so picky. All right, we don't like this. Okay, see how that has a little bit of space. That's not good, but we would love this actual move right here, right? And I'm gonna show you something about why we would want that. What we want to see is in the current stages. Now, this would have been the past, so here's where the charts would have been at currently, and we want to see this. Why? Because let's just say by chance that we have a downtrend happening. Right? We want to know when's a good time to get in when the candles are moving downwards, right? And so a perfect time would have to get in would have been right when these finally crossed, right? When they finally crossed and you get the vortex to spread out wide, that letting you know right then and there. So check this out. Let's say it's a downtrend and the vortex is spread out wide. That means the wider the vortex is getting, you see these little fake outs and everything, the wider it's getting, the stronger the move would be, all right? The wider it gets, the stronger the move. So when we're looking at some width in the vortex and it's getting nice and wide and it's spread it out this way, we know that this move is probably going to hang around for that minute that we're going to trade the strategy move, right? And that's what we want. We want to be able to get a nice distance from our entry, so that way if it does retrace or pull back, it won't pull back so much that it will kill our entry, right? So what does it look like when it kills our entry? Well, this is what will happen. Once you get in and it's spread out, all right, it's going to follow the downtrend direction. How do we know when the reverse is going to happen? Well, check this out. Once the reverse starts to happen, your moving average will probably begin to slant a little bit. And as it's slanting, I'm going to tell you what your vortex is going to do. Your vortex will begin to slant as well. So you're going to get something that looks like that. It's going to point outward with that moving average or so. Oh, I chose green. Okay, here we go. And then you're going to get something that looks like that. All right. And then finally, when it's a full reversal, your moving average will probably look like that a little bit. And then the first thing you'll notice is that your vortex will begin to look at each other. begin to face off. All right, it's a good movie. Now, when they look at each other like that, that's a full reversal, right? You'll notice that the candles, if we were looking at a downtrend, will begin to go up, right? Uptrend will start. You'll start seeing some bullish candles. Now, sometimes you'll get a flare. You'll get one more flare, and that flare looks something like this. Right? Flare out that way, and flare out that way, and that's cool. Then I'm gonna show you what happens. That means that the candlesticks now probably pull one of these, just a little bit. All right? Pay attention. Leg 1, 2. This is leg 3. And then when it commits to going back up, boom. When it fully commits to your reversal, what you'll get is this. You'll get that there. And you will get, let me make sure I got my green here. You'll get that there. And there you go. Once these cross, you have that reversal. All right? Now, if you're looking to take reversals, you want to make sure that they cross at a nice distance, right? Nothing super small like that. You want a nice cross where you can openly see something that looks a little bit like this here. This is an ideal cross in your vortex. Oh, let's make that a little better. Here. Boom. That is where we're looking at when we begin to look at our crosses. That's what we want to see. When we see that cross right there, now it's a stronger potential to take a solid move. Me personally, that's where my move would come, right with these crosses right here. And finally, as a second confluence to back up how strong that move would be, we go over to the MACD. So as you can see, we have these two moving averages, a positive and a negative moving average here or so. And the way the MACD works in this strategy is this. First and foremost, I don't care what you use the MACD for. If you're going to use it for any type of monitoring of price action, then you want the two moving averages on your MACD to be braided. Whether you're using it on pocket options, whether you're using it on Quotex, you want the two moving averages braided very tightly. Here's why. When those two moving averages break apart, when they split apart, that typically means that the move is strong. So let's look at the braid here. When we look at this braid here, we're looking at a bit of consolidation, right? Looking at a bit of consolidation and indecisive consolidation, because it went up here, it went down, and then as it went up, you see how it opened up apart in our little drawing here, our little figure. Well, that lets us know right then and there that that was a pretty nice move to take. That means at least 1 to 2 strong bullish candles happen, all right? But then we got a cross here, and then there was a nice gap here, and it was probably another 2 to 3 bullish candles going down. Now, this is obviously the past, so when it currently rises, this is what we want to look at. We want to see that when we get that cross, we want it to be nice and open. What I like to do is I like to wait to see how open it gets. I want it to be at a nice width of openness, so that way I don't get caught out and no fake out or nothing that looks like this. And when it's this wide and it's moving upward or downward, Cousin Sprue likes to say that the MACD is eating. So for the Sprue criminal, this is what we're saying. The MACD is eating, and it's going up and it's going down. And the more spread out the moving averages are, the stronger the move is, all right? So this is her little secret sauce right here. I told her I would make her a video, and here you go, cousin. So gloat, brag, because you have a banger, and you was definitely able to help me assist with this strategy right here. You know, we bring you nothing but the heat, nothing but the sauce coming out the family, all right? Also, guys, before we switch over, I just want to let you know that the first family reunion trading conference is in July. So please DM me if you want to be a part of that live trading conference. It's between the 8th and the 10th, and it's trading all weekend long. It's going to be a blast, all right? So let's get on over here to our charts. And first thing we want to add is we want to add the moving average EMA. Let's put that 13 on it. I want to make it blue and add a little thickness. Can't go wrong with a little thickness, right? Little cushion for the pushing. All right. And so the next thing we want to add is our vortex. Okay. Down here, vortex, perfect. I'm going to go on ahead and make the V plus green. Make this period 7. And boom. This is how we're looking. Remember what I showed you guys? We don't like this. Not good. Alright? We don't like that. Not good. Not a fan of that. Alright? We got 7. And finally, let's go on ahead and add that MACD. Alright, where you at, nigga? Poopaya! Alright, don't judge me. They was judging me when I was saying Poopaya. That was my thing. Alright. Now with the MACD, we chose 17, 34, and 3. Right? And you see, yet again, you see how we get these little tidbits of consolidation here and here. And you see how tight it is. This is what I love about using the MACD when we're using it for price action. Now the histograms in the MACD, I'm going to tell you, I like to make my histograms a subtle color. Usually I like to make them white. Okay, I really don't like giving them that green and that red or so. I don't like doing that. You know, I like to make them one color, and here's why. Alright, don't get confused. The histogram is a great tool, but it's typically each bar represents the momentum in each candle. If you use the histogram properly, you can determine bank moves and market maker moves all the same. Alright, so but we'll get into that later, or you can definitely cop the ATM binary course, which is available, and get into that sauce. So let's go on ahead and find some moves. Now I'm going to be staring at this for a while because I'm looking at a potential cross that's about to happen. Alright, but as you can see, it crossed here and it opened up, and look, when it opened up, when it crossed, I want to say it crossed on, let's say, this candle here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it opened up, and this was not bad. We got these peaks. Once it got to this peak and it got up here, one more. So all right, that was the actual peak here because it bent here but not here. So that let us know that we were looking at a potential reversal, and it began to reverse. And as you can see, it's kind of fighting with that. And you can also see the gap in between the moving average from the time the cross happened. So even though the cross in the MACD happened here, our confirmation would have been the cross. So once we took that cross, it would have been nice and open, and we would have been able to take this move. Let's see if we can get away with this move right here. Alright, so we made our little $4.50. Awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna find one more move to take. And as you've seen, we took it. Why did we take it? Because it was nice. It was open here in the MACD. We had our cross. It was open here on the vortex. We have a bend in the vortex right here, basically saying that this may begin to look at each other. And if it does, if it gives us a strong look, as you can see, it's starting to curve over. If it gives us a strong look, this could possibly be a reversal. Who knows? All right? But we're going to look for some more trades, and I will be, like I said, I won't drag y'all out. I know the video was already pretty long, and so what we'll do is we'll just find some trades, and I'll show you guys the run up. All right, so here we go. All right, guys, so as you can see, this thing is it's dripping, and we're looking for them to point towards each other. And what I would want to see happen is we see the close here. We see the close here, and I like it. And I want to see what the next candle brings because of that wick, and that next candle will let us know. I see that it's closing up here. I'm still indecisive about the move. I kind of want to see these things look at each other. My suspicion is that it will bounce off of the 13. Nice little slap there. And so we shall find out. I think I'm going to take a position off the 13.
right. We are 9 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right. So we made us another $4.50. All right, let's get to it. All right. So now, why did I take the position? Well, this is the slap edition, right? But what did I tell you guys earlier about the 13? The 13 was going to do what? It was definitely going to slap the candles. It's not an easy win. Looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7. And so that's 7 touches. And if you notice, all it has been doing is pretty much bouncing off of here. You can look at the touches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it was a couple over here. So this is 7 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it was 6. Okay. Well, like I said, between 5 and 7. And so touched or so, it got slapped back down. And now we're looking at the same situation here. So finally, we're going to start looking for the move to happen. And so when we're looking for the move to happen here, we kind of want to see this thing bust through. That's what I'm anticipating, and I'm looking at it. And remember, we don't like setups like this. We don't like setups like this, and you can see it can happen, so you want to be vigilant. And here we have a MACD that's about to cross here. We see that the vortex is saying, hey, wait a minute. And we see here in the histogram that the momentum is low. So as you notice, it's starting to do what? Consolidate. So we will sit on it, and when the moves open up, I will take the trade and we'll be good to go. Right? Alright guys, so I had to jump in really quick. I found this setup. As you can see, it bounced off the 13 the way I wanted to see it happen. It's nice and wide. A nice little open move here in the MACD. Nice gap there. Nice gap here in the vortex. The momentum is a little shabby. But we're going to see. This looks like it's ideal for the setup. And so, yeah, let's go into it. Got a new candle about to happen in about the next 7 seconds or so. There we go. Alright, we are 15 seconds in the money. That candle opened red, so I want to see the climb from there. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move, guys. Again, taking this account up, we are up to $92.50 because I took 3 moves off of it, 3 quick positions. And again, why? We have this gap here. We have it here as well. As you can see the flare, we're looking at the 13. 13 is positioned upward, basically saying, hey, guys, we are in this to win this, so why not? And so we were able to take the account up to $92.50, right? So, this is going to be one of them slow days. That's why I'm glad I'm kind of speeding through this, because, man, we have probably been sitting here for the last 25, maybe 30 minutes with doing this, but I see that it's still got a little bit left. And so let's see what this next candle do. If it open red up, we don't like that. I feel like it got to fill the space up, fill all of that area back up where it dropped out at. But as you can see, they're starting to look at each other. So go on ahead and fill that space up. It's going to fill all the way up to the top of this candle. Alright. Watch that. You see that? Alright. That cheapness just a little bit. It should have filled to the top of that candle. Let's get to it. Get up there. Alright. And what did I tell you guys? So then we're beginning to look at a reversal and look what the vortex is doing. I showed you this earlier. Alright. You have this bend. Your moving average. That bend happened here. Then you got your moving average bending. This is where the bend happened, the last candle. Also, your moving averages in your MACD. Bend there, and they're starting to look at each other. So if this next candle continues to go down, we will probably more than likely get a cross. And I'm going to try to steal one off. You think I'll be able to steal one off? It open red. That means it could shoot up. Okay. Look at that. Little tall tale sign, little secret for you guys. In most cases, it will open the opposite color of the direction it's going to travel. All right. As you can see, it opened red, shot up, went green for a little bit, boom, and then it shot back down, and now we're back up. All right. Still about 20 some odd seconds left. So that's just a little sauce for you. Make sure you drop that in your sauce notes. Pay attention to how it opens. All right. All right. So I really don't want to stalk this trade. I'm going to go on ahead and look for some more trades. Got to get this account up a little higher. All right. I think I said my first tier was what, $500. So let's look for it. All right, man. I see something beautiful happening. I see the width. Got the bounce off the 13 or so. Nice opening the vortex. All right, I'm gonna come down here. Take 3 positions. Let's see if our analysis is correct. All right, just combing through these charts. I'm gonna tell you, man, it seems like everything is moving slow. It's really tight consolidation, and it's just kind of like, man, it's some pretty horrible movement. I don't like how that candle opened up. It opened up bullish, so it could swing bearish, and we still have 25 seconds left, and look at that. Not much of a fan of that, but our analysis is still correct. All right, so let's just chalk that up to a bit of retracement. Ooh, look, it's playing with us, ain't it? It's saying, I'll come down and I'll touch your entry. Say something smart. Say something smart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's trying to race us. And we lost 2. We lost 2 and won 1. Say if that's not crazy. All right. Well, this is what I mean, guys. Tightly consolidated. It's a lot of indecisiveness going on here. And maybe, gave us a nice little bearish engulfing, which sucks. But for the most part, we were able to profit a little bit. We lost those 2 trades out of the 3 that we took. But we didn't lose profit, so pretty much we just kind of got everything back. If anything, that probably was like I want to say a break even maybe, because it was like 92.50. So it's like 96.40. So we had 2 break evens and 1 profit. All right, so not too shabby. Not too shabby. But let's move on and see if we can find something else going. All right, guys. So I see a move brewing here. I'm going to try to take it. And this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to up my ante just a little bit because I have to make these moves count. And I took 2 $11 moves, which is I probably could have just took $22 as a move. But I took 2 $11 moves, man. I see the gap in the MACD. I see the vortex opening up. I see the moving average pointing down. Just showing it. I see the bounce off the 13 moving average. So that 13 went on ahead and slapped them charts the other way. Slapped them candles, I should say, the other way in the charts. And we are 30 seconds in the money. And let's just hope that we stay down like Brandy. All right, let's get this account up and running. Up and running, guys. Like, this is going to be beautiful. This looks like it's going to be a pretty beautiful move. We are, let's see, man, 15 seconds in the money. And should have went up for more, right? I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to take it up to like $20. $20 a move. Make it count. All right. And we took 41.80. We took 41.80. I'm going to go on ahead and, I don't suggest you guys do this. Stick to your trading plan. Stick to your compound plan. But I'm going to go on ahead and take this thing up to about $20 a position here. Yeah, about $20 a position. All right, let's see if we find some good stuff. All right, so we was just here a second ago. It's starting to climb. And I just clicked over here to Audi JPY. And I see that it's pretty tight. Kind of want to see it break past this point. I don't want to chase a trade though. Never chase a trade, guys. This is starting to climb. I see that we got a nice little subtle bounce here off the 13. but again, not to my likings. This looks good. Look at this wide open here. Let's see if we can get us a little something off of AudiCAD's OTC, right? Let's go. I see you green there. I'll try to catch it up there. All good. I'm gonna take another one right here. All right, let's see what we get. Out for us. Moving average, pointing down, wide open in the vortex, and we have a nice gap here, and we're at 152. And I'm almost tempted to take another position. I'm going to look at this next candle, and I'm starting to see some bullish momentum happening here in my histogram. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. So starting to peek at each other. We're starting to catch that reversal. Alright, got the bend. It's climbing. Y'all see that? Bend here in the moving average. Bend here in the vortex. And we got the bend in the MACD. I mean, it's a strong possibility we could take a buy. But because I gotta get this bag up at least to $500, I'm gonna go on ahead and move on. Alright guys, so man, been sitting here for a while. I even had time to go and make a sandwich. And came back, and as you see the charts, this is the best move I've seen, but as you can see the charts have been pretty gridlocked. Looking like this. Occasionally you get these breakouts here and here, but for the most part, charts are pretty gridlocked here. Not much of a fan for what I'm trying to do. Now, for other strategies I've seen, but for the most part, with me using the Smooth Criminal, I'm trying to find the best entries, take minimum loss, and kind of build from there. So let's take 3. I see some momentum building here. See some openness here. See an open here. We pitch downward. I took 3 entries. Got to build this account back up. Opened up, it flashed red, opened up green a little bit, so hopefully we can get that pull back and it'll continue downward. Looks good so far though, based off of how the vortex, how the MACD is looking, and of course our moving average, and we are 5 seconds in the money. Alright, up to 206.30. Up to 206.30. Let's go on ahead and see if we can catch some more moves. Alright, so we are combing through. Not really seeing much of nothing that I really like. This doesn't look too bad. I don't like how it went down. Catch that bounce off the 13. Doesn't look too bad. The momentum is very minimal. Wide. Let's see here. So that could have been the move right there. guys, you probably think of cash. Why the hell did you take it? I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a tad bit of greed there. It's like, hey man, like I said, this is not. I mean, this is for YouTube, but this is a real trading session for me. And so you guys get to see my flaws and imperfections. I'm telling you, I'm showing you what it is that I'm doing and how I do it. In hopes that it helps you guys. I've seen this setup. This was a hairy tree, but it looks like we're gonna take this take this home. Alright, so now we're up to $300. Perfect. Alright, man, so I'm gonna continue to look for those types of tree setups. This look like we might be able to get it to go again. Don't want to chase a trade. So you just want to be careful. Alright. Be careful. Let's see here. This looks like it's setting up to be something nice. It looks like we got to bounce off the 13 or so. There's another one. I want to say, take 2 there, and then I'm going to come back here, and I'm gonna take 2 here. And let's see how this works out for us. Let's see how it works out. This is already threatening to want to go up, but I want to see it. I want to see it drop. We're gonna lose to $70 on this one, so alright. No biggie. We're going ahead. I mean, we did pretty well here, not so well here. I just kind of pulled out last minute. And as you can see, we got that cross, indecisive. A little bit too risky. Shouldn't have did it. Let's go back and see where we were here. This is actually showing to not be so bad. So I'm going to cipher through the market, and I might come back to this. Might do. Alright guys, so this thing, man, seems to be like this actually doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look the best either. I'm not, it's a little indecisive for me. It's playing. I'm pretty sure if I was to set up a support resistance level somewhere in here, I would see that it's fighting to get through. I want to see this flare out to these tips, these ends, and as you can see, it's kind of stalling. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take 3, and the reason why I took 3 is because I see how open this is. This is pretty firm, pretty steadfast, pretty straight. And so we are 13 seconds for this next candle. And I want to see this thing kind of extend a little bit more come the next candle. And it's going to be a little scary because the next candle should open in a sale, right? And then we should be looking for the wick there to reverse. And then we wanted to see it shoot past that point. So here we are. It's kind of happening. it's a little deeper than I anticipated the retracement to be. It's kind of hanging out at my entry point, as you can see. It's going point for point there. It looks like it's going to hold true. Okay, we're above. We took it home. Pretty hairy. As you see it begin to flatten out, and now it's starting to tip forward. So we hit the $500 mark, guys. We hit the $500 mark, meaning I owe myself a lunch. So guys, hopefully you guys got the premise of the strategy. You see me using it. If you're wondering why I'm using this strategy, well, this strategy, is, believe it or not, is actually good for an indecisive market. It's just timing. For me, I'm trying to educate as well as teach, and it's a little bit different when you're trying to educate. I said educate as well as teach. See, I'm hungry, guys. I'm trying to trade as well as educate and teach, and it's a little harder to do both when you're looking for prominent moves as well as making sure that you cover all the facets and the details of the strategy. But guys, this is the Smooth Criminal. All right, back tested. This thing is a solid 71.3%, and it's higher when you find a consolidated chart that you can go off of. It's lower with a lot of fluidity because there's a lot of different strategies you can use to be able to capture fluidity, right? In most cases, when you have a lot of fluidity in the chart, you definitely get a good amount of market making moves where there's fast reversals. Okay, so with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed my ups and downs, my woes. We're at 5:45. I'm going to go get a sandwich and something to drink, and then I'm going to come back and trade, and I will let you guys kind of view my trades as I come. I'll show my wins, I'll show my losses and everything, but hopefully I get up to that 2,700 that I need. And if not, then I'll be honest. I'll come on and be like, hey guys, so I'm at the end of my trading session and I did not get to my 2,700. Or I'll be doing a Tootsie Roll on camera because I got to my 2,700. I probably won't do the Tootsie Roll on camera because, you know, I'm not going to embarrass my kids, but you guys already know what the situation is. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification. I'm going to start hitting you with more content. Again, I apologize for the delay, but I've already released the ATM binary course, the Money Heist course for 20-minute, 5-minute, and like longer trades is coming out, and the children's trading course is out. So if you have a kid that you love and you want to see them successful, or you at least want to put them on a successful path, be sure to reach out to me. Hit the links in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys later.